Hello there again. We're making some socks. We're making the ankle socks on the Bernat Yarn website. Just go to www.bernat.com and look for ankle socks to knit. You'll find the free pattern there on the website. And so far we have done the ribbing, we've done the ankle, we did the heel flap, we did the heel shaping, and now we're doing shape the instep. And we already did the setup row where we picked up stitches and we arranged everything on the needles. So now we're at the first round of shaping the instep, and it says first needle, knit to the last 4 stitches, knit 2 together, knit 2. So here's needle 1. We're going to be knitting to the last 4 stitches. Now this first needle has those 12 stitches that we picked up over here, and there's a certain way to knit those where they will look better. So I have learned this through experience. They don't tell you on that pattern, but this is just the way I like to do it because I think it looks better and it feels better on the needles as I'm working. So I'm going to be knitting the first few stitches here. And then I'm going to come to the spot where I see the 12 picked up stitches. And I think this is them. Let's see here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, one more here. So I'll do a regular knit stitch here. And then here is where I have my picked up stitches. Now, you can just knit this way, but I like to knit into the back of the picked up stitches because it just seems to feel better on my hands. So I knit into the back of each one of these that I picked up earlier. It's just the way I roll. If you want to knit into the front of them, you can, but to me it just feels better knitting into the back of my picked up stitches. I think it looks better too when I do this. It makes everything line up nice and neat. I missed that. You know what I think I should do, because I was supposed to have done a knit 2 together there, remember? There, tinked those. Now it says knit 2 together. So they were, let me put them like they were. They were like this. Remember how they were? And I was knitting in the back of them. Since I'm going to be knitting 2 together, what I like to do is I slip them off through the back like this, and then I put them back onto the left needle so that they're facing the right way. See what I did? I'll do it again. There. This is how they look when you see them on the needles when you come to them, but it's really hard to knit 2 together this way. So I slip them off through the back loop like that, like, see? And then I slip them back on to the left needle so that they're facing the easier way. And then I knit those 2 together. And then I knit 2. So I'm going to be knitting these through the back loop. There. Now that needle's set up nice and clean for the next round. And I need to pull out some more yarn. Set that over here out of the way. I got too much stuff on my table. Now, second needle, knit. This is instep. We're just knitting straight across. This is the easy one. And And it'll be easier on the next round since we're not going to have those picked up stitches to deal with anymore. The first round is always a little hairy. Then you make it through and life is smooth sailing. Knitting across the instep, needle number 2. Knitting across the instep, needle number 2. Do you ever make little songs up as you knit? I do, to help me remember what I'm doing. Otherwise my brain gets wacky on me. But I'm a little wacky anyway. Okay, needle 2 is done. Now we're ready for needle 3. Needle 3. Here's where it says knit 2, slip 1, knit 1, pass a slip stitch over. We're going to have to do all those stitches over 4 stitches. And once again, these are stitches that we picked up before, so they're twisted. So I'm going to slip them 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to slip them back, just like I did before on the other end. There. Now it says knit 2. So knit 1, 2, and now we slip, knit, pass a slip stitch over, slip, knit was, knit, and pass the slip stitch over. Ta-da! Now we knit to the end of the needle, and here I have to watch for my stitches that I picked up. I knit them in the back, knit in the back loop, and I'm going to knit regular when I get to the stitches that are not twisted like this. So the picked up stitches, when you pull them through, it makes them twisted. They're facing the wrong way. There. Now we've made it past those. We're on to the regular stitches at the heel, and we'll just knit those. La, 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 la. Finishing up needle number 3. No. There. I'm having trouble reaching around my camera again. Everything's getting tight. Here we go. Well done. We finished round 1. Yay! So that was a shaping round. And round 2 is just knit. So that's easy. I don't have to make a video for that. Then it says repeat the last 2 rounds until you have a certain number of stitches. So you don't have to count the last 2 rounds or anything. Just keep working a decrease round and a knit round, a decrease round and a knit round until you have the number of stitches you should have. So the hard part at this point is remembering if you're doing just a knit round or you're doing a shaping round. So some people will keep a tally and you know, write row 1, row 2, round 1, round 2, round 1, round 2, and check it off as they work it. Others will get like a button or something and set it here. When it's face up, I am working a shaping round. When it's face down, I'm working an all knit round. And shape up, I'm working a shaping round. Some people like to do things like that. Other people are just such expert knitters that they can look and they can tell which round they're doing. I'm not that kind of knitter. Now what I can do is I can look back through and see where my shaping was, but sometimes it's really hard to tell if you did a shaping round or not, because this yarn is so thin that it's just hard to read the stitches. So for me, I like doing the little button trick. So I know round up, I'm doing the shaping round, and then when I flip it, I know I'm just doing knit. And so I write myself a little note over here saying button, face up, shaping, face down, knitting. That's what I like to do. So you can do whatever you want to do to help yourself keep track of what you're doing for the shaping, and just keep doing those rows, those 2 rows back and forth until you get to the right number of stitches. If you're making the extra small size, you need to keep going until you have 41 stitches all the way around. If you are making the small size, then you need 49 stitches all the way around. So it's counting every one of the stitches. I'm making the size medium, so I need 59 stitches all the way around. So before I even get started, I'm going to count what I have on the needles. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19. I imagine there's going to be 19 over here too, but I'm going to double check. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 12, 20 there. And then over here, I know I have 28. So I'm going to add all that up. I have 28, I have 19, and I have 20. So 9 and 8 is 17, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right now I have 67 stitches on my needles, and I need to have 59. So let's see here, what's 67 minus 59? I wish I was better at math and I could just write it up, figure it out in my head. All you great mathematicians can do it. That means 8 stitches less than I have right now. So I know that with each of my decrease rows, I decreased by 1. So that means I'm going to have to make, by 2, because I did 1 decrease on each side. So I'm going to have to do those 2 rows 4 more times. So that'll help me a little bit. So now I'm ready just to knit. So I'm going to keep working on my heel while you work on your heel, and I will see you when we are at the spot where it says continue even. So don't do that part yet without me. I mean, you can if you want to, but you can do whatever you want. It's a free country. It's a free world, man. See you in the next video. Bye.